My name is Slag Voss. I am a gamer. Question is, what do you do? Well, welcome to the next episode of Slag's Challenge. I got something a little fun for you today. Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon. Now, I remember seeing this on Xbox 360, but I never did really pick it up just because it just looked like something that really didn't interest me. Well, they recently had a release on Steam, and I got it totally for free. It was the complete edition, which includes all the DLC, so yeah, that is totally awesome. It was published by D3 Publishing. I didn't really check too much into them, but their developer was Vicious Cycle Software. Now, they did do a game that I played a lot, which was Robotech Battlecry, so I do know a little bit of their work, so I'm actually kind of excited now. Well, anyway, let's rock and roll. Now, I have put a little bit of time into this, so I do understand the game mechanics a little bit better. Oh, before I go on, though, I do want to show you something that did kind of tick me off, but I can get over it. Video options. There is no other options other than that. So you cannot adjust your video settings, nothing like that. Straight port. That sucks, but I can get over it. Alright. So let's get into her now. Now we're going to do single player. It does have a co-op mode, but I don't really have too many friends that play video games, so yeah, I can't con somebody. I can't con somebody into playing with me. Now we're going to continue from where I left off.
Lightning. A squadron of landers went down.
The voice acting for the most part is pretty much terrible, but they do have one of my favorite voice actors of all time, Steve Bloom. Is it Bloom or Blum? I don't know, maybe somebody can tell me how to pronounce it. Now there's 4 different trooper types, build sets, whatever you want to call it. You have basically your standard trooper, which has no secondary abilities or anything like that, but he does come with some pretty interesting guns. You've got tactical, which is your deployer. He can deploy turrets, mines, also like defense shields, I believe, later on. The jet is actually being a lot of fun. He's not heavily armored, but he moves like an SOB. But we're going to go with my favorite, what I usually go with, the tank, the big monster brute. And they did a good job with him. There is some customization capabilities, nothing major, so you can kind of distinguish each other if 2 people are using the same class. That's kind of slaggish, but not really, but I'll deal with it. You do have a bunch of different weapons to choose from. Goes all the way up to tier 7. Very, very cool. A lot of stuff to choose from there. So it's got kind of a level up system to it. Kind of. It does have a level up system to it. Now you see these weapons with like the green radioactive symbol. Those are your downloadable weapons. The way I feel thus far really is that the downloadable weapons are not bad, but they're not necessary either. Because the main weapon that I'm using is not a DLC weapon whatsoever for this big dude. And that's his primary. Now you do have rocket launchers, missile launchers, grenade launchers, and shotguns. And this is pretty much standard for everybody except for the flyer and the trooper. The trooper and the flyer get sniper rifles. Other than that, everyone's layout is pretty much the same. Now for secondary, I went with a missile launcher. That's mainly because it does lock on, and I'm fighting a bunch of flying enemies lately. So make sure I've got everything set up. Looks good. Let's rock and roll.
Okay, Lightning. I have a waypoint up for the first crash site.
Now, as I said, they do have special abilities except for the trooper. But here we go.
Hold up, Lightning. Looks like you have Ravagers inbound. Take them out before proceeding.
Now, the biggest thing about this is that I'm a person that's not really freaked out by insects. Just because, hey, they get too ornery, just stomp on them. It's kind of freaky to be staring at a bunch of insects that could stomp on you. Now that bar that you saw across the bottom of the screen was actually a reload action. Kind of like Gears of War. If you get it on that perfect mark, it instantly reloads. You miss the mark, takes longer to reload. No bonuses for special reload other than it cuts back on time. Feels good though. It actually translates pretty good from a console to PC pretty well. Now the game does have fully destructible environments, which another thing that I actually thought was cool. You get a couple of orneries just hiding behind buildings. Take down the building. You'll get to them. Let's deal with some of these flyers. They're getting on my nerves. Skadoosh. Ah, so satisfying. The weapons are actually really satisfying in this game. Graphics aren't too great, but they did do a pretty good job with them. It seems like they focused more on the players and the enemies than, you know, background, stuff like that, which again is fine, I can deal with. Shock shield. And that was kind of your special ability. Just about everyone's got one. He's got something else he can do. It's a board wipe. It is completely awesome. But dealing with flying enemies right now, so I can't really show it all too well. Don't like these carriers whatsoever. There you go. Oh, God. Oh, they did too good with these things. Oh, they look terrible. Especially right up in your face like that. Probably have nightmares for a week. God, insects aren't that big in real life. But this plays more like arcadey, mainly because you see I've got a score there. That's how many points you get, and it's more than just bragging rights. That's actually kind of your experience. You know, the higher the score, the higher the level up, and the higher the level, the better the tier weapons you get. You also unlock new abilities, all sorts of stuff like that. Your abilities do recharge pretty quickly. Again, that's kind of where that arcade aspect comes from, and plus no ammo, or not no ammo, but unlimited ammo. Well, that's pretty much it for this section right now. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit further, show you some other enemy types and stuff like that, because there's more than just ants and these flyers and carriers. So yeah, I'll be right back with a little bit more here. Alright, welcome back. Here's some more of the enemies. Oh my God. It's a ton of freaking spiders. Oh Jesus. They did too good of a job with these insects. The movements look good, the mapping of them look good, just the way they look. Oh my God, I feel like I'm really looking at insects, and their swarming patterns are insane. You know, I've really never had a problem with spiders until this game. And as you saw there, he was starting to perform a jump. Oh my God, boss. This is new.
Tick spiders. They also spit some very nasty stuff and pack a mean bite. Don't get close. Shoot them. A lot.
Roger that, Intel. Copy that, Lightning?
We copy. Shoot them. Roger. I'll take a hell of a lot more than you.
Wow. What? Oh, this is great. Not only is this giant spider a pain, but it's spitting out ticks. Oh, this is so nasty. Oh, shit! Oh, God! Oh, the game's a ton of fun. Yeah, I'm actually really impressed with the game thus far. Well, anyways, like I said, very arcadey-ish. It's a lot of fun, and it's actually not a bad price right now. Current price on Steam, $9.99. They're still trying to sell the Xbox version for $19.99, so yeah, you're gonna save $10 just for getting it on PC. DLC for it, 99 cents a piece, but you can get the complete package right now for $11.99. Again, still cheaper than Xbox, not badly priced at all, and you save about $2 when you go that route. And thus far, from what I've seen, each level is taking me about 15-20 minutes to beat, and I've gotten about an hour, maybe an hour and a half in on it, so yeah. Awesome, very awesome. So, that's pretty much it thus far for the game. Price point, $11.99 for the complete edition on Steam right now, $9.99 for just Earth Defense Force. Not a bad price. I actually feel that's worth it. To anybody out there who actually saw I had the video, or who actually saw my Demigod video, I'm going to thoroughly apologize about that. That's why it's already been taken down. So yeah, and it's not going back up. I might try it again later on, but right now, no, that was a experiment that failed epically, so I'm just going back to the basics. So here we go, Earth Defense Force. Yeah, if you want to play the ultimate exterminator, game for you. This is Slag. I'm out.